Complex is hoping to change the landscape of housing in Little Italy with rent $1,000 less than the neighborhood average.
10 News reporter Kalina Sereno's in the Live Center right now. Kalina, neighbors, however, say they're worried that will make parking issues even worse.
Yeah, and that's because of the lack of parking spots in the building. So the unit complex, I should say, is called the Continental, and it's located off of West Cedar Street. That's close to the heart of Little Italy. Now, the perks of the place: cheap rent, cool neighborhood, but with only 11 parking spots for the entire building, neighbors are worried it will jam up parking even more. And one man I spoke to says tough parking forced him to move his business out of Little Italy.
So they couldn't find street parking, they couldn't find anything in the lots.
For 12 years, Evan Tando's real estate business was located off Kettner in Little Italy. But because of the lack of parking, he moved the company to Golden Hill.
People would end up driving around and just end up leaving.
His new place has its own parking lot and street parking. But Tando says as Little Italy continues to grow, parking there will become a nightmare.
The whole scene in Little Italy has grown over the years, so there's just not enough for people, whether you live there, work, or you're visiting.
Parking was a major concern for neighbors in Little Italy when developers proposed the Continental in 2016. A new 43-unit studio apartment complex standing tall on the corner of West Cedar Street.
The concept was to develop housing in San Diego that was at a certain price point.
Matthew Siegel, the architect, says that price point 25% less than the average rent in the area, with units between $1,550 and $1,850.
The workforce housing will always be there, and those people will need a place to live.
The catch? Only 11 parking spots for the entire building.
Ironically enough, we have a few residents that have moved in that don't even have a car. So I think it's going to balance itself back out.
The complex already half full. And Siegel says this shows people will downsize for a chance to live in Little Italy.
Our goal is to fill that void that's not being filled with all these full block projects and these high-end buildings that are being built around downtown San Diego.
Now, the average size of the units are 380 square feet, which felt a lot bigger when I was there. A few other things to keep in mind: there's no pool, no gym, and there's shared laundry. But the architect there says it's really about lifestyle. So if you can go without all of the perks of other luxury buildings in the area, he says it's a great way you can save. In the Life Center, Kalina Estrinos, back to you guys.